Batteries fully charged. Launch ready for AEW Spark in 3, 2, 1. All Elite Wrestling discussion is live. Cue host Noah Foster.
Another week has passed, and you know what that means. Hello once again, everybody. Welcome back to the conversation where we reignite on all things All Elite Wrestling. This is your weekly dose of AEW Spark, and you know what this is, for I am the simple man of the simple brand, part of FTW Productions, and my name is Noah Foster. With me, as always, he is way more viable than the name implies. He's definitely a hero of sorts, and creative mind. It's, of course, Zero. Zero, how are you?
I'm doing alright. How about you, man?
I'm doing all right. All the usual. Just preparing for the We Professional Wrestling Madness that's ahead. As now we've concluded another week in AEW, and besides the two shows, some other things to think about as we are now literally 1 week away from AEW's fifth Double or Nothing, the show that started off with the brand.
Hey, yo. Okay, so here's something funny about that. It's just the fact how, like, last time people are talking about this, we was literally just like the car for the car for Double or Nothing was literally empty. Besides, like, the few matches announced, but it's like now this week they decided to just this start put out the car, because we clearly did not say anything throughout the past few weeks. But
Nope.
yeah, like, the only thing they announced was the freaking Pillars 4-way, and then that was basically it.
Yeah.
now they just realized, oh shit, the women's title, the TNT title, the TBS title, and a few beefs. Oh yeah, even I'm gonna say Intercontinental, the the international title. I forgot all about that fucking belt, bruh. You defended like, okay, man. Anyways,
No, trust me, I get it. And again, feel free to go back into that retort when we literally talk about what they officially announced the pay-per-view. Because, yeah, basically this week was the pay-per-view build week. It wasn't even the go-home. The go-home's what's ahead. So, with that being said, let's get right into it as we bring you all the discussion of what happened last week in All Elite Wrestling, particularly Dynamite and Rampage, and the announcement, of course, regarding their upcoming show, Collision. So, of course, we come from this week's AEW Dynamite from the Moody Center in Texas. And, of course, our commentary was provided by Tony Schiavone, Excalibur, and Taz. AEW Dynamite kicked things off in a strong fashion with our usual go into the show by Excalibur, Powerball Blaze. You know what that means. And don't kick off with a match. We kick off with, truth be told, TNT champion Wardlow, who was not dressed to compete, but was basically ready for a fight after all the jaw-jacking Christian Cage said recently. So we kick things off with Wardlow literally calling out Christian Cage, saying that I'm tired of waiting, tired of all this, speaking from a distance. If you got something to say it to my face. So he engaged Christian Cage, who basically engaged at him to the point that he literally spit in the man's face.
Say it to my face!
Yeah, there you go. And then freaking Luchasaurus engaged the right hand of destruction. He came into play. Before you know it, he and Wardlow, they were just trading bombs until Christian Cage got the better of him, of course, with a freaking low blow. After we were about to get a Powerbomb Symphony on Christian Cage. But that wasn't enough insult to injury, as, again, we learned now that Christian Cage will challenge for the TNT Championship. Wardlow's pretty much made that a certainty. He even came out by himself. He did not have the Enforcer as a company. But what did accompany was talk about, let's just say, here is the tool that I will execute the ultimate opportunity. A ladder came out into play as the continued assault ensued. A choke slam to Wardlow on the damn ladder, and they were still not done there as Christian Cage, with an emphatic exclamation point, kill switch, pretty sure his own damn back hit the ladder too, but I'm sure he's no stranger to that, kill switch to the TNT champion. So that being said, it looks like what's being set up is basically Wardlow defends the TNT championship against Christian Cage in a ladder match as the officials came down to attend the champion.
Okay, this makes absolutely fucking zero sense in my opinion. Okay, like here's the reason why. One, Cage, like Christian, was not affiliate by no damn ladder match. Well, if you count the TLC, that's because it's 3 gimmicks on one.
Yes.
Christian Cage is known for, just like his partner, using a fucking chair. Why a ladder? Because, like, what they could have done, because don't we like technically got like two ladder matches on the pay-per-view or something?
Well, I guess the other match could involve a ladder, but it's not a ladder match, as we'll talk about.
Yeah, but like this is kind of fucking bizarre because for those who like follows Christian's career, especially in the WWE scene, he is more associated of doing a fucking concerto.
Yeah.
So what the fuck a ladder match is supposed, like, I get it. You want to do like this, like you kind of want to avoid Christian being in like an actual like wrestling match, especially for his age and how he could barely, well, he could still go, but it's just knowing how they treat legends, they need some sort of fucking gimmick, especially if your name is Sting, because you just turn into New Jack at this point. But I don't really want this match to be a ladder match. I want it to be like at least a chairs match, even though Porlo is gonna bring out a fucking kendo stick or some shit. But it will make more sense because how Christian is and his gimmick weapon and all that. But at least we know there's a match for the pay-per-view that's just been announced. So yay. Building up the card.
Yeah. TNT titles being defended on pay-per-view.
Yeah. But I hope this is just me, but I hope Christian wins. That's just my little prediction. Because I'm getting tired of seeing Wardlow with that damn belt. Go for something more, like the world title. Hell, try to tear down. Well, try to beat our tribal chief, Orange Cassidy, then for the international title, because this man is not going to lose her in any means necessary. But yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, Christian Cage, I mean, you're right about the whole chair being his tool of choice, but I guess they don't want to rerun the same gimmick, so what do? You elevate the gimmick. TLC, table ladders, and chairs. It almost makes me wonder if Christian Cage's next feud is going to be surrounded more with a table, and Luchasaurus choke slamming anybody that comes near Christian Cage's way. Because again, the chair was what started things off with the Jungle Boy Jack Perry saga. Start with a concerto, end with a concerto. Now we got a short-term storyline here where Christian Cage is trying to basically take the TNT title from Wardlow in a ladder match. Wardlow, who's won Face of Revolution ladder match, of course, at Revolution last year. No stranger to using this tool himself. Christian Cage, who literally has made a living off this tool in some capacity. And again, in a ladder match, anything goes. All you got to do is ascend the ladder, grab the prize, you are the champion. So I'm curious to see how innovative Christian Cage will be against Wardlow, because if this was a traditional one-on-one match, I was like, yeah, Wardlow ain't losing in 20 minutes. And keep in mind, TNT Championship matches, I still believe, are under that 20-minute time rule. But now being a ladder match, they might just throw that out the window.
Wait, there was a time rule?
Yeah, dude, it's the TV Championship. The TNT title matches only go up to 20 minutes.
What the fuck?
That's been that way ever since the title's inception. That's why we've had draws with it.
I was never aware of that. Holy shit.
Really?
Yeah,
dude. Cody Rhodes and Orange Cassidy went to a 20-minute draw at one point.
I thought that's because of TV time limit, like in general, for like for a weekly shows. I didn't even think it was also for the pay-per-view shows. What the fuck?
Yeah, TNT
How long have I been
Championship
watching
matches
this?
are only 20 minutes long.
Wait, how long I've been watching this? Ever since it started, and I just
Well, I
now
mean, I've
know
been watching
this.
since. I mean, I've been watching since day zero, but who knows? Maybe they could change the rule over
Dude,
time. Maybe they'll make an exception for the pay-per-view. I think we'll
they
just have to listen to
should.
Justin Roberts and see as things do change over time in AEW if that rule does hold up still. But yeah,
Yeah,
they've always been like that.
what the fuck? I've been watching
So
this
there you
this
go.
Double or Nothing for one, and I
Uh,
now realize this.
yeah. Funny how
Shit.
things work out like that, right? Well, I mean, to be fair, the TNT Championship wasn't even being defended last year. It was in a 6-mix tag. So there you go. Anyway,
Shit.
yeah, no, right? Crazy stuff. Speaking of crazy stuff, we also, of course, recall the betrayal of Don Callis against Kenny Omega last week, who, of course, will be out later to speak, and just gave a subtle video package with Kenny Omega that was screwed, driver, into the head, and being accompanied out of the cage by his friends in the Elite, the Young Bucks. As we go back down to ringside, though, excuse me, we didn't go down to ringside. We basically went to, what's the word I'm looking for here? Parking lot? Yeah, parking lot. And basically, we see Marvez out here with the Buffs, asking them how Kenny Omega is. But before they could give an update, why, by the way, they're still battered and bruised pretty badly. Blackpool Combat Club, they be real, and they have their basically targets sighted. They call themselves the only professionals. They call themselves the Elite, and they literally use the cars in almost an impromptu parking lot brawl, or excuse me, this is AEW, parking lot fight, to basically cause more further damage to the Young Bucks, as they say they're the only Elite in this business.
They fucked
Jeez.
them up, bro. That shit was hilarious.
I mean, again, you think you're really going to beat the Blackpool Combat Club freaking 4/3 on 2 when you're less than 100%?
Yes,
Matt
it's
Jackson?
possible. I think.
And, discretion, the better part of valor. Anyway, as we move on from there, we actually go into our first match, which was the tag team bout. And basically, this show was also a bit of a Pillars showcase and maybe some foreshadowing. As we had freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy, the AEW International Champion, tagging alongside, I think that was the first time ever tagging, Darby Allin. And they took on The Firm. I thought The Firm was deleted, but I guess they're still called The Firm, so call it whatever you will.
Fucked up tag team. Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin. What the? Like, this is the most fucked tag team I've ever seen and heard in my life.
Well, for what it was worth, I mean, they both were damaged goods, ayo, but they both literally were reckless, and they were also effective. Again, it's what I expect from a tag match, because first off, you're not having Darby Allin lose for a pay-per-view main event.
No, literally.
And again, it's one of those contrasts where it's like, okay, big man, small man dynamic. You see Lee Moriarty and Big Bill, Lee Moriarty with the Tiger style and the technical wrestling, take control of this match until Big Bill knew that there was a moment that may have seemed like things were in their favor. Big Bill did Big Bill things. In the early go-up, we start off with Cassidy and Moriarty. We get some exchanges, and then we basically get a nice near fall, though, before Lee Moriarty was like, he almost caught me there. Both men get back up to their feet. Orange puts the hands in the pockets. By the way, damaged back, damaged shoulder, damaged arm, damaged hand, damaged leg. Poor Orange Cassidy's not bruised at this point, to say the least. It's probably a better question, but I digress. Anyway, a bit of offense being shown here before Moriarty falls up and drops Orange Cassidy where he stood with a drop kick, then tags in Big Bill, but then Orange tags in Darby. And I was like, okay, well, this is a mismatch, to say the least. Who gets caught, of course, and then literally we see Darby Allin swung like a freaking carousel at one point. A mean slap to the face before Big Bill's own momentum sent him to the outside of the ring, using the big mental momentum against him. Dueling topes by both these reckless individuals. Go freaking figure. And the crowd keeps going wild as we go to picture-in-picture. As we come back, though, we see Big Bill in control. He lifts his Orange Cassidy for a delayed vertical suplex, but Darby Allin gets the blind tag in. Ref doesn't see it, though, which causes the crowd all sorts of heat against the official here. I forget who the official was during this match. And then Big Bill hit the freaking suplex. It's almost like the Empire Building came tumbling down on freshly screened Orange Cassidy. Good grief. Tagging into Lee Moriarty, who basically Lee and Big Bill double-teamed the International, I almost said Intercontinental myself, International champion. Again, it's very easy to say that. before Lee Moriarty is shoved away finally and long enough for the tag to be made once again to Darby Allin. As Darby Allin basically brings Fanes back into control for a moment. Big Bill once again did Big Bill things. He was a difference maker, but not before Darby Allin kicked him away, made a tag to Orange Cassidy, who hit the DDT on Big Bill when he finally had him down to his level, which wasn't much to say. As Lee, though, went to try and take advantage of the champ behind his back, locking in a submission hold, Orange was able to counter it into a nice near fall, tag Darby Allin again, who was able to wear Lee down. They were working on the smaller man, which was the wiser strategy here. We get Big Bill looking for a suplex on Orange again, who goes for the Stun Dog Millionaire and then sets up for a destroyer by Darby Allin. Good grief almighty, that was crazy. And then Lee Moriarty gets dropped as well. Cassidy hits the orange punch on Big Bill as Darby Allin hits the coffin drop for the win on Lee Moriarty, followed by not the win by that, but a subtle homage to one Maxwell Jacob Friedman and Full Gear 2021. Headlock takeover statement sent as Darby Allin gets the win for the team.
Oh yes, I love me a good headlock, fucking rest hold and shit.
Well, considering that's what MJF said, that's all I need to do to beat Darby Allin with. And if you remember Full Gear 2021 in the opening bout, he did just that, even if it was with a little bit of an impromptu assist. So again, history, callback. But for what it was, this was a fun tag match, and Orange Cassidy, Darby Allin for a first-time pairing, pretty damn good tag team cohesion, and they're both just as reckless. Go figure.
The thing is, Darby is just he just want to die, bro. Like, like the thing is, isn't he like around like? Hold on, real quick. Let me look up Darby's age real quick because this man makes me feel some type of way every time I see this dude. Darby Allin, hey, how old is this man? Let's see. He's 30 years old, fucking doing shit like he's a freaking a 19-year-old kid in backyard wrestling. This man is literally just reckless as fuck. But the thing is, he used that to his advantage because
it works for him.
Yeah, because like a lot of opponents does not see that coming. He could say he's unpredictable, but the thing is, Darby's style is a double-edged sword because one, he's like too reckless, he's unpredictable, and he used that to his advantage. But here comes the other blade. People can easily counter that shit. They can easily like walk. Whenever you go up against a guy named Samoa Joe, you know how he usually walks away, right? This man would just walk away.
Yeah,
that's all you gotta do with Darby Allin. Just sidestep, and then he'll fuck himself up. But the fact that these two, Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin, they actually coexist and actually could work together, is crazier. Where this is for Big Bill. What the fuck are you doing with your life right now, bro?
I mean,
why you still with these bums?
Because Enzo's not with him anymore. How you doing?
Go find Enzo. He's probably in a dumpster somewhere. You can find him.
The real one. Good grief almighty.
Yes. But like, you know, overall, it was okay match. Like, nothing really special happened other than Darby being a fucking teenager again. But other than that, it was, you know, average match. Headlock takeover for the fucking win, which is a big lull. Then again, MJF did beat him with a simple fucking rest hold. So maybe there might be a spot where Darby does it, then freaking Jungle Boy Sammy Guevara does like a freaking 630 right on the damn hold. Then Jungle Boy come out the cut and being a dickhead. Then fucking MJF schoolboy roll up somebody for the 3. That'd be fucking hilarious. But yeah,
And take advantage of Fatal 4-Way. Again, it's a Fatal 4-Way encounter that we know is going to happen at AEW Double Nothing in the main event. And also, just a bit of a milestone prep here. This is the first AEW pay-per-view since the company's history to feature nothing but organically homegrown AEW original talent in their pay-per-view main event. These four men are headlining this show, and they all are truly AEW homegrown. So congrats to AEW on that. And that's a hell of a freaking, moniker to stack up to when you consider past main events have included the likes of Chris
John
Jericho,
Moxley.
Kenny Omega, Heyman and Page, CM Punk. Just saying. So good luck, man. And again, yeah, Darby Allin, good momentum. The Pillars once again proven why they all deserve a chance to be called AEW World Champion, or at least a chance at the very strap. As we move on from there, we are backstage with Renee Paquette, who is with Warlord, who is getting attended to, and Arn Anderson said that I should have been out there to you. I knew I was prepared to, but Warlord said no. There's a reason why I told you to stay back here. I wanted Christian Cage to challenge me at his own game, so I can beat him. So basically, Warlord, he came in with a game plan. He wanted to literally challenge Christian Cage at his own game because he feels that's probably the only even ground he will have with him and his right hand of destruction. So what happens when a Glock meets a dinosaur tail? And what happens when you give Warlord a ladder for a Powerbomb Symphony? Both of those questions are going to be answered soon enough 1 week at Double or Nothing. So we'll see where we go from there. Speaking of backstage segments, just, putting together, Renee Paquette, always staying busy. Good grief. We go backstage. Renee Paquette is with our Freshly Squeezed International Champion Orange Cassidy. And basically, they talk about how Kyle Fletcher, of course, came out last week, attended from behind, but also challenged him for the title. And Orange said, yeah, I mean, if he wants to challenge me, that's fine. I'm sure he wants to challenge me. If anyone wants to challenge me, they just have to ask. And apparently, Renee informed him that, so basically, Orange, 20 people went to Tony Khan's office to challenge for the title. 20? All right, so Double or Nothing. We do those power hours. So I just have myself in there, so we just do a blackjack. See about right now. So basically, what has been made official, pay-per-view building, Orange Cassidy for his 22nd defense. And I'm pretty sure he's going to bust. Maybe that's a little foreshadowing. Will defend his AEW International Championship in a quote-unquote blackjack casino battle royale.
I'm gonna make a bold prediction that Orange Cassidy is gonna retain somehow.
The fuck?
No, like if you think about this, man retained his belt 21 fucking times. At this rate, just make him our tribal chief, bro. Like we just acknowledge him at this point because this man is literally just
unbelievable,
bro. Bro, he's going to win somehow. If he's not going to win, I'm gonna be kind of sad.
I mean, again, all good things must come to an end. Your body can only go so far, and also we're in Vegas. If you go above 21 in blackjack, you bust. So again, blackjack battle royale for the AEW International Championship. Orange Cassidy and 20 others. And who knows how the deck will be shuffled and who the house will place their money on, and if Orange Cassidy will literally be the last one drawn.
I'm curious.
Which might be his only chance to come out still as champion, if we're being honest.
I'm curious who is going to be in the match.
Well, we got Kyle Fletcher. That's the one obvious one. And I'm sure others will be announced. Because usually, when I think about these battle royales, they have a pretty good graphic, if not everybody, most of the field. The last time they had a freaking casino battle royale was at Double or Nothing, 2021. And everybody except Leo Rush was known for that one. Because Leo Rush was the Joker. There's no Joker here, though. So I imagine everyone has to be known soon enough.
Unless either two things. Orange Cassidy is the first one out and go the distance, or Joker is going to be Orange Cassidy. But at the same time, I hope there's like good competition in there because we do know who's in the battle royal by Rampage.
A little bit. Yeah, thanks to the Rampage. And to be fair, this is 21 men. 22 you bust. I could see Tony Khan having another card up his sleeve and the Joker could be number 22, and that could be the undoing of Orange Cassidy. So again, hindsight. I have to wait and see.
Tony Khan trying so hard to fucking get rid of to get rid of Orange Cassidy as the champion.
I mean, Orange Cassidy's like, whatever. So there you go. Again, you figure about how many people Orange Cassidy's faced during this run. We'll talk more about that later. Let's go ahead and
hold his belt in a fucking backpack, bro. What a champion he is.
He doesn't like carrying. He doesn't like carrying stuff. So he has a backpack.
What the fuck are you carrying a backpack?
We got backpacks easy to carry the championship, I guess. I don't know. It's an extra strap. So I mean,
what?
Orange Cassidy, what a unique, passionate individual in wrestling.
Built weird.
Yeah, built differently. Built whatever. Speaking of whatever, Sammy Guevara, he beat Exodus Prime in less than 15 seconds. He literally hit him with a knee strike and a GTH.
Lol.
And then Sammy gave a short promo to almost make us think, is he turning babyface? As he subtly says, I know I'm not perfect. I made a lot of mistakes, but sometimes it takes a few wrong turns to get to the right places. And the right place for me right now is Las Vegas, May 28th, when I get to shut up all the naysayers. I listen to my heart, and my heart says at Double or Nothing, I will be the new AEW World Champion. And again, this is his first ever AEW World Championship opportunity, while Jungle Boy Jack Perry and Darby Allin have had previous chances for it. Not even on pay-per-view. So again, Sammy, pressure's on you.
I toned him out. Next segment.
I don't blame you. I feel like the crowd still was booing him at this point due to reasons. Speaking of which, as we continue the way of pay-per-view building and promoing, we have FTR coming out to basically ask Mark Briscoe to come out here, but instead they get Jeff Jarrett, Sanjay Dutt, and Jay Lethal, and the Giant Satnam Singh coming out, making their way to the ring, but not before freaking we get a brawl situation because Mark Briscoe, he's nowhere around. And then both teams, they're going at it because, hell, no words, just fists. I'm cool with it. And by the way, Sanjay Dutt with 2 guitars. I knew where one of those guitars should have gone, but I digress. But as it looked like FTR was getting the better of the two after that little spit take situation, thanks to Sanjay Dutt and crew, oh, good Lord Almighty, God help my soul and my professional wrestling fandom too. The definition, picture not in dictionary, but should be, Lord friggin' help me, Karen fucking Jarrett came down and low blowed. Oh, God, fucking help me. Lord forgive me. And low blowed, I believe it was Cash Wheeler, which allowed Jay and Jeff to each play a tune over both their heads using their respective guitars as they stood tall. This just freaking...
Yeah.
And this match is official, by the way. It will be FTR versus Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett defending the AEW Tag Team Championships, where Mark Briscoe will be, still, it seems, the special guest referee. I pray to God Aubrey Everett somehow comes into play and Mark Briscoe gets bumped, because I know that's likely going to happen because this injustice cannot stand. There's only one person I know in AEW that can stand up against Karen Jarrett. What the fuck, Tony Khan?
Noah, let me tell you the fucking future. Look in the chat because I sent something that you might like. This is fucking future.
No.
Okay.
No. I refuse. No. I refuse to live in that reality. No.
Look in the chat.
No. I saw, and I refuse. I refuse to live in that reality. Hail to the no. No.
Yes.
Jeff Jarrett does not need to be a champion in AEW. Jeff Jarrett does
Look
not
at all
need
the
to be.
belts he's wearing, bro.
No. Jeff Jarrett does not need to be the face of AEW. Jeff Jarrett does not need to be AEW Tag Team Champion. Jeff Jarrett does not need to be on my screen in the ring contending for any championships. Jeff freaking Jarrett does not need his damn wife with him in AEW. Jeff freaking Jarrett does not need to be aligned in a story with Mark Briscoe. Jeff fucking Jarrett does not need to be contending against FTR in singles matches for championship opportunities. Jeff fucking Jarrett and Jay Lethal do not need to be on my screen in AEW television.
But this is the future. Jeff Jarrett's gonna hold all the GOAT. But like, you know what I'm saying, bro? Jeff Jarrett holding all the fucking gold.
Fuck! Fuck! Fuck both of you! Fuck that! And
Okay.
fuck that statement!
but but like but the real future but the real future is definitely going to be FTR somehow winning the match. The future is going to be FTR winning the match by the skin of the teeth, because I know Karen Jarrett is going to play a role in the match, and I hope Aubrey called Mark Briscoe distracts Karen, and like, this is a Jeff Jarrett match, so ref bump, the
That just
stroke,
makes sense, right?
guitar shot. But what I hope happens, we'll get a big ass pop, is Jeff Jarrett guitar shot, stroke, 1-2 kick out.
Please, beloved God. My
If that
blood pressure
happens,
I might have a heart attack, but at least I know he'll kick out.
yeah,
Hopefully I'll be conscious enough to see that.
yeah, my man's gonna kick out. The crowd's gonna go fucking crazy. Big Rig or Shadow Machine, which is a better name in my
I agree.
opinion. Shadow Machine.
Well, I mean, again, you're honoring Brody Lee. God rest his soul. So, I mean,
Yeah. And 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Retain.
That to pray to God that is the
But
situation, or Karen Jarrett gets slapped by Aubrey Edwards. So,
But I
I
hope
mean,
one thing happens, because there's one problem, there's one glaring issue that I'm scared of, and I want to see it play out correctly. What the fuck is Mark Briscoe going to do? Is he going to turn on either FTR or turn on Jarrett? Well,
listen,
Team TNA. I should probably call it.
listen. All I'm gonna say, I'm just gonna leave that here until Sid's predicting, where I go on even a longer tirade. So everyone, buckle up for that on YouTube. Thank goodness I'm not monetized. I'm just gonna say this and leave this segment alone for now. Mark Briscoe, listen to your father. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm talking to everybody.
Friggin,
The tall
friggin,
Indian guy.
friggin' father Briscoe stands up to Karen Jarrett. Just have friggin' Mark Briscoe's father go one-on-one with Karen Jarrett.
Jay Briscoe is probably looking down like, Mark, I swear to fucking God, bro.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, God. All right, I've already spent way too much time on Jeff and Karen Jarrett to the point I'm ready to throw up in my mouth, so I'm going to move on from that shit. Jesus.
Next thing.
Anyway, brief segment. Sammy Guevara interrupts an interview with Darby Allin, and bottom line, he said he wasn't going to make it easy for anyone, wasn't going to lay down for Max, but he also is going to be the one to take the belt off him, as Darby subtly says, may the best man win. And to think, Sammy and Darby started off with Sammy crushing Darby's larynx at AEW Revolution 2020, and it seems like over time, including their bouts over the TNT Championship, mutual respect. So, two pillars on the same page with the same goal in mind. Moving on from there, we go into women's trio. We go into women's tag team action as not killer, because she is injured. Damn it. The Pillar and the Warrior. Dr. Baker, DMD, and Hikaru Shida took on the Outcasts, Ruby Soho and Toy Storm, with Saraya in the corner. And again, I'm pretty sure this wasn't even out of the first hour yet. So again, a different spot, gave the women the spot, good stuff. But the match was pretty brief, and the key thing for me was how physically involved was Britt Baker going to be, because I know there's been concerns primarily about her back. There's a reason why that Kendall stick assault was so presented as such. Anyway, in the early going, Cheetah blasted Ruby Soho with some strikes. By the way, love the new theme, love the new gear. Ruby countered with a suplex followed by a knee, and then Tony tags in, but then Baker comes in and catches Tony with some forearms. Saraya, though, trips up the opposition at least twice from the outside after Saraya was jaw-jacking Britt Baker, who looked like she was about to go after her, before Saraya said, "My house," and I'm not talking about the song. Ruby then used the No Future Kick, though, on Britt Baker, but then Tony Storm tagged in, But Baker blasted her with an air raid crash, I feel on instinct, and then we got a cold red, so everybody was just beating the dance out of each other, as you expect. Saraya, though, once again comes into play, passes a can of spray paint in behind the ref, and Breaker DMD, she gets a 5-star spray job straight in the face, courtesy of green spray paint. And then following that, we get the ridiculous, of course, Storm Zero out of nowhere, just planting her. Just screw the hip tap, just gonna plant you right where you stood. And Tony Storm pins Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, and the Outcasts get one up on the originals, it seems. I'm pretty sure, though, this was trios action. The result would have been much different. But it is what it is. So, again, it looks like this thing is going to continue. But at this point, you kind of have ran its course. Now it's like 1-1 at this point. Really? I mean, seriously. Previous tag match, it was the Killer and the Pair that got the win. This tag match was the Outcast that got the win. How you sell this shit?
Well, how you sell it is do another tag match.
Got 3 falls.
Till the end of time.
All right. I mean, you know.
But at least we got some confirmation for the fucking belts. Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
and again, the AEW Women's World Championship is being defended. Keyword defended. Once again, at Double or Nothing, in what should be a very competitive, hard-hitting match. As was made official backstage from Nate Paquette, Toni Storm talking about her momentum since joining the Outcast. Yeah, she really hasn't lost lately. So she has officially put herself at the forefront as the number 1 contender to challenge Jamie Hayter for the AEW Women's Championship, if she is strong enough to compete. Strong style match coming up. Let's freaking go. I'm okay with it.
But like I hope that like this fucking storyline ends soon, because I'm getting kind of fucking bored at this point, bro.
Yeah, you and me both, bro. I'm just saying.
Yeah, like what the fuck is like? I'm at the point where like we're not getting war game. I mean, not fucking blood and guts because at this rate, it doesn't make fucking sense.
They need more on each side for that, in my opinion. And honestly, I was expecting maybe another Outcast to just show up and be part of this whole scene if it was a trios match, and maybe that's something that comes. So again, it's one of those things, long-term storytelling, but how do you keep it fresh up until the big climax, you know? Yeah. This has to end off in a big way somehow.
I mean, we already getting that in the main event segment, but like, they might have to do a actual trios match just to blow this shit off, and the trios match could probably be like another version of an arena, or maybe a fucking
street fight.
Yes, a trios like schmoss mess, or like a trios fight in the parking lot or some shit.
Parking lot fight with the women. That actually would be a first, and that would be an interesting way to finish something off. I still go back and watch Prom Powerful vs. Best Friends in that parking lot fight during the pandemic. One of the most ridiculous vehicular assaults assisted I've ever seen. Good grief. So, yeah, I mean, but hey, this is a nice sub-10 because Jamie Hayter now has her next title defense as she continues to show why she has been an amazing champion. And Toni Storm, we'll see how much she's changed and grown, and if she can get it done on her own. Yeah, right. At Double or Nothing. So, again, I'm looking forward to this match.
If Toni Storm wins this match, bro, I'll be confused as a motherfucker, bro.
Yeah, you and me both, dude.
Oh, like, what?
Oh, good grief. Anyway, as we move on from there, it has been made official for those that don't follow uprights. And folks, I may wear suits, but I'm not a banker or a stockbroker. But business is picking up because it is now official. Coming to AEW and your weekly dose of professional wrestling on Saturday nights. Stay tuned for that coverage on AEW Spark. Collision! AEW Collision on TNT will officially begin premiering June 17th, and it'll be 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time live. However, during certain times, Collision will be pre-taped on Thursdays in some capacity, but still shown in the same time slot on Saturday nights. Zero, welcome to a whole nother professional wrestling show every week starting this summer.
I'm ready to fucking die. But like, but we all knew Collision. We all knew that was the announcement. But I'm gonna be real with you. When I saw the fucking logo, okay, I was born in 2001, so I'm young as a motherfucker.
All
But
right.
I do know of WC, but I do know of WCW thanks to wrestling bios and to some other channel shit. But don't the logo look like Nitro?
Yep.
Yeah, so like I kind of like I was like, oh shit, this should
It's
look
an
like
homage.
freaking Nitro. I'm like, oh, plus apparently it's been 2 decades since we had wrestling on Saturday, apparently, which is fucking insane,
Right.
especially for television, which is fucking crazy. And I'm actually I am excited because since Dark Killer Patient has passed away, we finally got another show for more people. Since if you've seen the roster page, it's cluttered. We
Right.
get more people to have fucking bumps, more people to actually go to work, and
Get a
to
story.
yeah. And I'm pretty excited, and I'm curious what they're gonna do. If this is gonna be a soft brand split, who's gonna be on each brand? And don't tell me we're getting another championship.
Nope.
Hopefully not.
I can confirm a few things for you based on what I read. The champions, they stay are as they are. There are no further titles being added to the scene, but AEW Collision will focus more so on cultivating and booking talent that has been booked lately in all elite wrestling, including but not limited to Powerhouse Hobbs, Andrade El Idolo, Thunder Rosa, and among others. I believe the graphic I saw included even House of Black and Julia Hart and a couple of others. And also, at this point, I'm just wondering what will make the presentation feel different. Are we going to get a different set? Is it a different
I hope.
commentary team? Is it a different theme and outlook? Is it a different feel? I am very excited for this too. And also keep this in mind. AEW Collision starts the same week they are in Chicago, and the first known location of the premiere is still unknown. But Dynamite will be in Chicago that week at the Wintrust Arena. And the following weekend following that is the second episode ever, of course, of AEW Collision. That will be in Canada, but that's also a day before Forbidden Door. So clearly, the initial Star Collision is going to play into both Forbidden Door and the Owen. It's just a matter of how.
But like, yeah. And I thought of an idea.
Go
Uh,
for it.
okay, so we got the tag titles, the trios titles, the TBS, the TNT, and the All Atlantic. Right? So there's this idea that I came to mind. At 2 sets of tag titles, which is trios and tag team, two
Right.
sets of freaking TNT's television titles, TNT and TBS. How about
Right.
this? One brand has the trios and maybe the TNT or like a TBS. That goes to one brand. Then the tag titles and the TNT goes to another brand.
Hmm.
The All Atlantic will probably play in both, and the world champion is definitely gonna be on both. But
Both the
like,
men's and women's, yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
because like, because I because I feel like we haven't been seeing a lot of TBS, titles shit going on a TV that much.
Right.
So if you want to get more television time for that title, make it go to another brand. So that brand could like showcase more of the TNT shit or the TBS shit.
Yeah,
Can the
it's
other
just one of those
brand
things where I
focus
like
on something else?
you're defending the TBS title on TNT, defending the TNT title on TBS. I'm like, why are you doing that? So since Collision is going to be exclusively on TNT, I think that would be a good idea and a good structure as well, because clearly you're going to have 2 hour live wrestling event. You got to have something going on there or somebody going after some sort of championship. And thank God they're not adding no more championships to the ecosystem, because AEW alone has 7 titles. Then yeah, I say you definitely dedicate Collision more so to really raising the value of the person holding it and said championship. And with it being on TNT, I think the TNT championship makes perfect sense as maybe the mainstay. And then as far as, tag or trio, take your pick. But of course, with open house now, who knows how far that can go too. So again,
Uh-huh.
But
But
good stuff.
I'm excited. I'm
Yeah,
excited.
I am too. It's one of those things for me. I look at the industry. I want to continue to see it thrive and grow because it means that others will continue to raise their own identity, raise their own game, push themselves further, harder, bring more for the fans, thus bring more out of everybody. In an industry that has so much quality and quantity, you got to really try and push the envelope. You can't just be content in your ways. You can't just go along the same sheet of music. You got to try and expand your horizons and do something different over time. And AEW with Collision have plenty of opportunity to do just that.
Yeah.
And of course, Rampage will be more so cultivating the talent that we saw like on Dark and Dark Elevation, giving those type of people opportunities as well, and showcasing why Ring of Honor will still be Ring of Honor, rebuilding, of course, their roster as they continue to, but also giving chances to local talent as well. So right now, the ecosystem of AEW, it looks like there is a good margin of flexibility and opportunity with the arrival of Collision. It all comes down to the execution.
Rampage is just WCW Thunder, bro. I'm just,
Yeah,
Rampage
it does seem like
Thunder.
that, but maybe now we'll finally get, some more direction. Again, in the early days, Rampage was used not only guide tournaments, but also storylines within itself, more so particularly for the women's division. It just felt like lately now it's been like channel surfing fell apart, or we're going to mix this thing in here.
It's
And when we
Saturday
get
Night
to,
Main Event. It's
yeah,
seeking
but
velocity and heat.
it's not always a bad thing, though. I will
It's
say
not.
that. And this last Rampage, when we get to it, I thought it was all right, and I thought it was actually really quick. But speaking of things
That's
that
true.
was all right, but not really quick, I mean, again, they really, really, really carried the name Falls Count Anywhere to an absolute T with this thing.
Hey,
As
yo,
the
this match was
Ocho,
fun as shit, bro. I'm not gonna
yeah,
lie. This match was
I,
fun.
I, I loved it. The Ocho, Chris Jericho went one-on-one with Roderick Strong, where again, Adam Cole was banned from the building, but also was the Jericho Appreciation Society. Kicked things off immediately with chops and chops galore. And Chris Jericho, highest about Tamura I'll never know, but I was like, okay, this is a battle that he can endure. And then Roderick Strong, of course, brought out what he is the messiah of, the Bat Breaker. Planting Jericho on the apron, going for a pin on the arena floor as Falls Count Anywhere. Aubrey Edwards literally counting anywhere she could that her hand and arm could reach. At the expense of her arm, too, for those that watched Rampage. Jericho, though, he fired back, though, and then sent Strong face first to the timekeeper area, but then Roderick Strong continued the assault, sending Jericho. But then Jericho got the Lion Tamer in as Roderick Strong made his way to the bottom rope, forcing the break. As they continue to brawl literally amongst the entire. Like, the thing about AEW, it's amazing how interactive they are with their fan base, how much we are a part of it. And boy, was this no exception. Brawling up through the stands, all the way to concession. Excuse me.
Mhm.
All the way to concession, all the way to merchandise. Yeah, I'll get a drink here after we're done here. All the way to the concession stand. We got the merch stand. There was like a trash can. The fans following along with the action. They were in a stairwell on top of a air duct, I think, system. Thank goodness that thing didn't collapse. That was terrifying for me. Aubrey Edwards counted the 2.5 there as well. At one point, we literally got a pin across a handrail. We got soft serve ice cream. I think it was chocolate vanilla. Chocolate vanilla mix. At least the Dippin' Dots. No Dippin' Dots were harmed during this, as far as I know. Straight in Chris Jericho's face as Roderick Strong just takes a big old handful into his own mouth. Brain freeze be damned. As they continue to just, brawl every way possible without breaking anything structural inside the building, considering the building was recently built here. This was just freaking crazy. Through the entire concourse, they finally spill out to the outside of Jericho through a trash can of Roderick Strong. And then it seemed like Strong was basically, trying to fall back as he was literally trying to get his footing, or so it seemed. Or maybe just setting the trap, baby. Because right outside the building was Adam Cole. And he dropped the boom in what I think was like a field of cactus. And Roderick Strong got the 3-2 as Aubrey Evers, I'm pretty sure, scuffed up her entire left arm. Yeesh. And Roderick Strong wins, big singles win over Chris Jericho in his first singles match in AEW, might I add. And Adam Cole gets some much sought after revenge. But this was a fun, ridiculous Falls Count Anywhere match, to say the least. Definitely met my expectations.
This match was actually pretty fucking fun. From the ice cream to the fucking stairwell, to actually going outside the fucking building.
Right?
It was action packed, and this was refreshing for AEW because we're so used to seeing like the standard matches, hardcore could be hardcore on that shit, but to actually take it from the ring to the ringside to the crowd to the fucking building to outside is so fucking refreshing. Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Finally, wrestling fans could actually go touch grass for once. but I'm gonna say this about the whole Adam Cole thing. 500 IQ,
Yeah.
absolutely 500 fucking IQ. That was pretty well. That was fucking plotted real good
That was
because
brilliant.
remember the document said he's banned from the arena, being in the building. They didn't say he was banned from being outside.
Bingo.
Homeboy was waiting on him outside, like like he's waiting to get his bread. My man was like, yeah, what's cracking? Just start beating the dog shit out of him. That shit was fucking hilarious.
And then
But
literally planted him in the dirt.
yes, in the fucking dirt. That shit was great. But
Oh man. It's
like all in
funny.
all, fucking fun.
Yeah. It's funny because I feared that Adam Cole was going to somehow come into this in some capacity, whether it's Titantron or they were going to go outside the building. But I didn't think it literally would lead to the victory. I thought it would be more like a post-match thing, and I thought Jericho was the guy that would outsmart both Roderick Strong and Adam Cole with the Jericho Appreciation Society, but they were nowhere in sight.
No.
Oh, that was brilliant. Well, congratulations
That's
to
called
Roderick
thinking
Strong.
outside the box, man.
Yeah, literally, good
It's
grief.
called thinking outside the box. That shit is great.
And it works sometimes when executed properly. Go figure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, as we go back inside, the action continues fast and furious as another pillar, the remaining pillar, that's the challenger, was in in-ring action as Jungle Boy Jack Perry wrestled. Who am I kidding? Endured Roosh for 10 minutes. Talk about being whipped like a government mule and thrown all around the ringside area. I mean, literally, Jesus. Roosh literally whipped Jungle Boy Jack Perry in the barricades, as he always do, north, south, east, and west, and then brings out a TV cable because, well, that's the Ingobernables de Faction way, and then rams his head into the steel barricade, which causes him to be busted open. Hey.
Lol.
And then following that, Roosh literally headbutting Jungle Boy. Roosh is just way too damn intense, and I love it. As they exchanged chops across the top rope, Jack took down Roosh, though, with a Hurricane Rana, finally drew some separation and slowed down the White Bull's momentum. Before Roosh superplexed him and then used his own momentum to send Jungle Boy Jack Perry crashing down onto the arena floor. Jesus, that was scary. As we get back inside the ring, and again, Roosh, the hothead, shoves the ref away. And Majment, gotta be careful about that. I sometimes wonder if he actually cares about the win sometimes. Jungle Boy Jack Perry, he finally rolls himself back into the ring, don't know how, and the most dangerous move in wrestling, the roll-up. Gets the win, but not before further.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there you go. It's a long time since we said that, right? But not before further punishment was ensued by Perry Peligrosa and Jose, the assistant, as they continued the beatdown, dropping at Perry 3-on-1. But not before Darby Allin came down to stop all that, and it was still a numbers game. And yeah, this was definitely, I guess, really trying to turn your face. Sammy Guevara came down, and somehow these three coexisted long enough out of respect, pillar for pillar for pillar, and fended off Ingobernables de Faction for now, while the remaining pillar was watching on backstage.
Nah, that
MJF.
shit too.
The psychological warfare by the puppet master himself has literally come to the top and sunk, as all three are on the same page of respect and have one goal: to pin and dethrone and remove MJF as the AEW World Champion. To the point, Renee tried to get some words, and MJF just suddenly and walked away. MJF's pissed. MJF is right now got to rethink everything. MJF has the entire world against him. MJF defends his AEW World Championship against the respectfully united front of pillars in Sammy Guevara, Darby Allin, and Jungle Boy Jack Perry. Pillars 4-way awaits.
Yeah. Okay. One, I fucking love Roosh. This man is how is this man not fighting for a title? This is
Right?
Rouge is too fucking intense, and he is showing why he is El Toro Blanco. But
Licking the very blood of his opponent and putting it on his chest and asking for more while on the apron and during full-on physical fire shots. And then sending his opponent flying.
yes, this man did the fucking Jay White special, just ringer him from fucking barricade to fucking barricade, beat dog shatter. Jack won by a fruit. Like what the
Oh,
fuck?
Lord.
but but even though Jack Perry got his ass whooped during the match and post match, the fact that Darby Allin came out, I rolled my eyes. Then Sammy Guevara came out. I rolled my eyes even more to want to change the channel. but like in all sense though, this is actually pretty fucking weird to me. I never thought
Right?
that all three of them would be in the same ring defending each other. And then you have the hater MJF just watching and wanting to fucking break the damn monitor. It was hilarious, but really crazy match. Wasn't really that into it, but it did serve its purpose. But I'm still mad that Roosh lost.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I would have just taken disqualification if I'm perfectly honest
Yeah,
with you,
it
because
should have been a DQ like loss for Roosh because Roosh literally, you could tell MJF paid him just to beat the dog
clearly
shit
the
out of him.
the hit was
Yeah,
out, the fix was in.
yeah, like you could tell that Roosh wasn't here to win. He just wanted to break down Jungle Boy. One of I would probably say the favorites to win,
Yeah.
which I don't mind, but I want MJF to win. But but that's just me though. But
No, that's fair. That's
yeah,
absolutely fair. And again,
yeah,
the way
because
they've developed the story of the four pillars has been very intriguing. And yeah, the three men on a united front, why they may not necessarily like each other, they can't really do nothing less but respect one another when it comes to what they dedicate themselves to. And that is AEW. They each trailblaze their own path. They've been there since day one. They've all put in the work. Nothing was handed to them. So yeah, I mean, again,
can
respect
we
breeds respect.
say that MJF wasn't handed the title?
I well,
Because
I guess it really comes down to context. I
yeah,
mean, he
because
pinned John Moxley, so I
I
mean,
mean yeah, but like the thing is, he never was handed. Well, he wasn't really handed everything because he did also work too, but his way of working was a bit. You could probably say scummy,
yeah,
but but at least you could say he worked his way up to the point that he's now world champion. Then
yeah,
again, he did have to backstab a few people here and there, but that's the actual wrestling business.
it really is. If you want to get to the top, you sometimes got to do
You
a
gotta
few things that might be deemed unsavory. If you want to stay at the top, you might as well do a few more things that might be deemed, well, basically inhuman. And we have seen what Lambs MJF will go to verbally and physically to make sure that he proves what he says, that he is better than you, and you know it. And I'm very curious to see what depths he will go to now at Double or Nothing, where again, the
yeah,
champion does not be involved in the decision to lose the title.
yeah.
Anyway, as we go from there, going back to what I said earlier, Tony Storm emphatically says, I don't see the champion Jamie Hayter turning up tonight. So if you have any guts, come see me in Las Vegas. Put the title on the line against me at Double or Nothing. As I said earlier, Tony Storm, she's fired up and she wants that strap back. So we're gonna see
She
once
doesn't
for
need it.
all. Yeah, we're gonna see once again how hard Jamie hits, but how fierce Tony Storm can get. Japanese strong style round 2. Let's freaking go. I'm okay with this. And we move on to our main event, which really surprised me here. But again, it comes down to what I said earlier, the way they've cultivated their talent and the way they're doing their storytelling. It doesn't seem like a linear product. Again, it might be a mess sometimes, but that's part of the fun of AEW. Our main event was Absolute Breaker Starks taking on the Switchblade, Jay White, leader of
Switch,
Bullet Club
baby.
Gold, Titantron and Garrett now shows. And this was a really good match. I'm not going to lie. Again, Switchblade Jay White is one of the most defensive, calculated, strategic wrestlers I have ever seen in the game. While Ricky Starks,
Love this
he has
motherfucker.
so much. Yeah, exactly. He has so much incredible potential, and he always seems to capitalize on it. He knew he was in a 2-1 assault here. There's no denying that. That's rock hard. Juice Robinson was sitting literally at ringside by the ring post in a chair. And you didn't think that chair was going to come into play? In the early going, Jay White baited him in, of course, taunting him and even mocking his phrase with a little bit of a cat and mouse game, but not before coming back in and then mocking Ricky Starks' pose. Didn't quite execute that right. And then Starks came in and got caught from first across the top rope. But then Starks, he countered back with his own DDT and got a couple of nice near falls here throughout this match of Switchblade Jay White. That, again, Jay White, the way that he sells those falls, by the way, too, that's just that close, that damn close. Jay White, though, fires back with his own DDT, turning things around, and then blasted Starks with a running uppercut, but Starks counters back after counting the Blade Runner. Good scouting, by the way. And then hammers him with some elbows, and then Jay White was able to take Starks up and over the top rope to the floor. Juice Robinson looks like he might get involved here, but referee's watching on, so again, you can't do that. And it's been a battle back and forth here at this point. Then Ricky Starks catches Jay White with a swinging net breaker and then spears him in the next week. Still not enough, though. As Ricky Starks is fired up, he looks for the Rochambeau, but then the eyes are gouged. And Juice Robinson, he comes in. By the way, this is after Ricky. That has got to be the meanest Uranagi right now in the business when Jay White hits that. He planted that boy into Mexico. Still not enough. But what was enough here was Ricky Starks' one-upsmanship, I guess you could say, as this continuing war with Bullet Club Go continues. Here's your DQ. Ricky Starks literally gets disqualified, countering Juice Robinson's attack, assaulting him who's not a competitor, but then weeks Switchblade Jay White on his back. So nothing is settled, but Ricky Starks is nobody to simply mess around with if you think you also have the numbers game. As Switchblade Jay White and Juice Robinson, they go on their way. As Juice yells, Ricky! And Ricky Starks just sits there, confidently knowing, yeah, I know what I did. I'm okay with it. I can't wait to see this match run back, though. This was really good stuff until the end. But again, in context, I kind of can understand why they did it, because you don't want Ricky Starks to take a loss right now, and you damn sure don't want Jay White to take a loss right now, what I think is his second singles match since being officially All Elite. But where do we go from here?
All right, so this is gonna double or nothing.
Just put everything double or nothing. Why the heck not? I mean,
Like,
it's not the realm of possibility, but ironically enough, the book, you're not wrong, but ironically enough, man, it hasn't been booked yet.
yeah. So next week, Ricky.
Oh, well, trust me. I'll give the rundown. Don't worry. I'll give the Escaba rundown for everything coming up on this crazy Go Home Dynamite that I don't think necessarily you can call it Go Home the pay-per-view as a whole, but there is some good Go Home angles to expect. And then you have the pay-per-view itself where, please, Tony Khan, don't make this 4.5 hours. I hope you learned your lesson from last year, and I'm just going to leave it at that. But anyway, yeah. But anyway, fun match.
Yeah, like it was a fun match. I do love me some King Switch. Like you know what's crazy? Me and Jay had a weird relationship because I used to hate the fuck out of him because what he did to the reason why
gets under your skin, huh?
No, the reason why is mostly because how he betrayed Tamatanga. That was the reason why I fucking hated his guts. Then I've grown to appreciate him because one, fuck Okada, and and two, fuck David Finley. Did I ever tell you? Did I ever tell you that I hate David Finley so fucking much?
No, you haven't.
I hate this motherfucker. He ain't my leader, but
I agree.
But the thing is that Jay, his Uranagis are fucking crazy.
Right.
I miss hearing "Show me that kiwi," but
yeah.
But this feud is probably not going to end until either double or nothing or the next Dynamites or some shit. But I hope this feud ends so I can see I hope this feud ends so I can see Jay White go up against maybe a Orange Cassidy or maybe a Orlo Christian, whoever's champion by then, or maybe
That's
Tango.
actually an interesting thought. Jay White versus Orange Cassidy if he
Yeah.
survives that casino battle.
He will.
I mean,
He will somehow.
it's suspension of disbelief at this point. We don't know the field, but I kind of do
Cassidy is
agree.
going to get thrown in between or like underneath the ropes, and then Orange Cassidy is going to roll underneath the ring, take a little nap. The bell rings, but then you see Orange Cassidy roll from under the ring, yawns, get back in the ring, and then just eliminate the fucking poor fuck. But
Oh, jeez.
but Jay White gotta win this feud. Jay White moves on to bigger and better things. Collision maybe. And maybe BC Gold becomes the next House of Black, a bit dominant, and might have some little tanglement with them. If El Fantasmo debuts in AEW or
Yeah,
somebody else,
I'm
or
about to
maybe
say,
Sean Spears joins.
and we don't know where Sean Spears been since that one match, so there's that. But also, ELP, I think it's safe to say he's probably with Hontai because the fans embrace him, and he'll be
Yeah.
facing David Finlay for the Neverweight
Ooh,
Championship at Dominion. So he's already got a
ooh.
schedule for now.
Yo, I just thought of something. So Jay White gets in another feud. He wins, and we get one interaction of Jay White and MJF.
Yeah, I
That
feel
shit,
that's impending.
I will lose my mind. But I also wanted him to like go have a feud with Kenny. It'd be kind of fun too.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Kenny Omega, good segue because believe it or not,
Mhm.
that was our match main event. But the actual main event was finally learning to hear what Don Callis has to say regarding his previous week's actions. And I haven't heard heat like this since Ciampa betrayed Johnny Gargano
Oh
with
my
no
god, I
music
missed that
but the
time.
fans' organic hatred.
I love those
Brilliant.
times.
Yeah. So as AEW security flanked the entire entranceway for reasons, Don Callis comes into the ring and basically, Tony Schiavone asks him a simple question: Why? Don Callis retorts, "Everybody wants to hear why I did to Kenny Omega, but instead, I'm going to talk about what Kenny Omega did to me."
Bullshit.
Yeah, right. That's what I was saying. There's only one victim in this scenario, and it's not Kenny. It's me.
Bullshit.
Without me, there is no Kenny Omega. And cue the music. And I just do. Kenny Omega's that mentality that I don't know necessarily how it works, but I can tell when it's triggered. Boy was pissed as he was coming down to the ring and plowing his way through everybody. Blackpool Combat Club comes out and swarms Kenny Omega, knowing that the Young Bucks, they were taken out earlier. As Mox drills Omega with a paradigm shift on the entranceway. Jeez, oh, peace. And then Moxley storms through the ring as Tony Schiavone just slowly walks off like nothing. And Moxley says, "This war's already over, Kenny. You and your little friends can't touch us. You can never. This is your final warning, Kenny. Stay down. We are the elite." Well, you call yourself the elite? Face the elite, because here come the Young Bucks with their own toys of plunder. Super Kick Party was going to try to ensue, and again, they were still outnumbered. As the Blackpool Combat Club was getting the better of them here, with an eye patch, they know how to make eye patches work. Heyman Adam Page makes his way on the entrance way, to the shock of one John Moxley and Blackpool Combat Club. Looking far to Kenny Omega, and the four stand united once again. The band is back together, and they fend off the Blackpool Combat Club after the Young Bucks smashed Yuta with a BTE trigger, and Heyman and Page, of course, connected with a buckshot lariat as the Blackpool Combat Club finally pulled their young boy out of the ring. But then Heyman and Page with one prolific statement: "We are the heart and soul of this place. We are the elite. So run it high while you still can, because at Double or Nothing, it's the elite against the Blackpool Combat Club in anarchy in the arena." Oh, here we fucking go again. Heyman Adam Page dropping the testimony that founded AEW from the idea of a commonality with 5 individuals. One, of course, is in the other company. And once again, we're running it back. Get ready for all the madness and physical onslaught you can think of that can happen in the T-Mobile Arena as anarchy will ensue. This time with Blackpool Combat Club and the Elites. This is going to be nut and futz.
This anarchy. I still want to know what the fuck Don Callis' reasoning is.
The same.
Because like the thing is, it's like we got part of a reason, but I want to know what he did it.
Right.
But you know, Kenny's emotions would definitely get the better of him. But
Yeah. All-time high.
Yeah, but the thing is, with the anarchy, okay, him and Page return, cool. So what's going to happen afterwards?
That we don't know.
Because the thing is, it's cool that he's back, and he mostly put go up against the guys who poked his eye out, fun, and now instead of blood and guts, which is probably best to save it for a better moment.
Right.
Getting anarchy in the war, anarchy in the arena, which we know is going to be fucking chaotic. It's going to be blood. It's going to be guts. It's going to be fucking chaos all over the arena. And I'm all in for chaos because I am a chaotic man. And I hope there's like tomfoolery during the match because I feel like there's going to be some wild shit.
Oh, I don't think we need to worry about that. My thing though is will we see Konosuke Takeshita come into play? Will we see Don Callis come into play?
Oh, Don Callis come into play for sure.
Further illustrating his motives, but still not giving us an answer. Could he be the invisible hand that be the decider in this entire, Anarchy Arena? I would almost call that an end game. But then again, after last year's Anarchy Arena, we did get blood and guts. So again, at this point, I'm not sure where everything's going. It's literally a subtangent to the bigger story. Why, Don, why? And I don't think we're going to get the answer to that, if I'm truly honest with you. So probably Forbidden Door when Kenny Omega's in singles action. Let's not forget, Kenny Omega's already got enough in his play as it is. He's defending his friends. He's defending what AEW stands for and what they stand for when they call themselves the Elite. And then next month at Forbidden Door, he's defending the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah, and the thing is that I know Don's gonna fuck around with this match. He's gonna somehow fuck around with Kenny Omega during this joint.
It probably on commentary and why Kenny Omega is like on the other side of the arena being obliterated by Claudio Castagnoli.
Or either two things gonna happen. Don Callis gonna be on commentary, and then when Kenny Omega is near the stage, he turns to Don Callis and readies to deck his man, but get blindsided, either Death Rider or some other bullshit. 1, 2, 3, match over. Or Don Callis interferes in the match, fucks around with specifically Kenny Omega, not the Buck or anybody else. Specifically Kenny Omega, cost the win. Kenny then eats shit. 1, 2, 3, and yeah. But I feel like it's gonna be a few things going on with not just the match, but with the storylines itself. Because I know the BC, they probably ain't done with the Elite.
Probably not.
But I kind of want them to be done with them, so we can get another like internal storyline with the Elite. Because I know there's still some sort of haunting thing going on with either the Bucks or Page.
Yeah, and you would be on point at that because for those that follow BTE, Kenny Omega still has not seen the footage or the end of the match of AEW Full Gear 2021, where the Bucks and the Hangman were on mutual ground.
Yeah. So there's still some haunting things with the Elite, and it's just the fact, and it's just like, bruh. Like, there's a lot of shit that people don't know. Well, they know, but they still want some sort of answers because how come, like, it's like this story has this particular story has fucking 5 other stories going on at once. You
Pretty
got
much.
Blackpool Combat Club versus the Elite, Don Callis versus Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks not being honest with Kenny Omega, and Kenny Omega feels like he also got replaced with a. He also feels like that the Young Bucks, rocks with Takeshita to be Kenny's partner than Dakota. So it's like too many stories going on at fucking once, bro.
And they're all centered around Kenny Omega, particularly.
Yeah, this fucking drama queen. What
That's
the
Kenny Omega
fuck,
for you.
Kenny?
That's Kenny Omega for you. Again, the guy, he has his own Da Vinci when it comes to the art of wrestling and storytelling.
Yes, this motherfucker is really just like
He's crazy. There's
fucking
nobody like him.
crazy.
He's crazy. But this mentality right here, that's what Don said. This is what it's going to come down to. And it's really going to come down to the first time we finally get Don and Kenny Omega in a verbal confrontation versus a physical altercation. That's really when this is going to hit another point.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was an interesting way to go off the air. Why, again, Don Callis is still unknown. We definitely have built up the AEW Double or Nothing pay-per-view, and it seems the Elite are back, United Front, and according to those that were there that sent footage, Kenny Omega even said that people over time, whether, they feel like they were misdone by the business, misdone by others, hold a grudge, they can finally, carry on to better things over time and basically nuke that. So I am curious again, will the truth be told and on whose behalf? But again, Don Callis calls himself the invisible hand for a reason. He's all about making history, bruv. So with NJPW Resurgence tonight, maybe there'll be some foreshadowing, or maybe I'm being far into it. But something has to be given towards this story with Kenny Omega at the forefront at Double or Nothing, regardless of the results of this anarchy.
Yeah, like this whole shit is just
Bonkers.
yes,
I'm okay with it
convoluted.
though. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of craziness. It just keeps me guessing.
Yeah.
All right. As we go from the guessing game, we move now to quick, simple wrestling game. Before we move into Friday Night Rampage at earlier start time because NBA playoffs are a thing.
I
Good old
swear to
JR.
God,
Yep.
I'm getting sick and fucking tired of Rampage being on one night, like Saturday, Friday, 10 p.m., 6:30. No, here's what fucked me up, right? Because I remember Rampage was once on 6 o'clock, right?
Yes.
So I put my PlayStation on rest mode, go on the turn, switch to cable, go on TNT, and it says 6:30.
Yes.
I turned my PlayStation off at 6 o'clock so I could watch Rampage, but I had to wait another 30 fucking minutes. So I turned back on my PlayStation, switched to cable. Guess what time it is? 8 o'clock. I'm like, what the fuck? I was ready, but I was so close to not watch Rampage at all. Cause I literally I halfway gave up watching fucking I halfway gave up watching Rampage. So I watched it like yesterday and I literally just was so over it at this point.
Yeah. Again, NBA playoffs juggling this more than a basketball at this point. Just wait till you learn when Rampage is on during this week because we now know when Rampage will be on this week, and you thought that was maddening. Hell, I'll just say it now. Ladies and gentlemen, for those that don't know, as we go into AEW Go Home Week, all from Las Vegas, the MGM Grand, AEW Dynamite is usual Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll give you the Excalibur rundown when we talk about last week's Rampage. But this coming Rampage, why for them it will be live, for us it will be pre-recorded, and the countdown, by the way, immediately follows afterwards. Saturday night at midnight.
Wait. Rampage is gonna be on Saturday or midnight.
Yep.
I'm not watching Rampage. I'm not watching
After
Rampage,
the
bro.
NBA playoffs.
I'm going to fucking sleep. Right? Wait. So hold up. So Double or Nothing is on the 26th, right?
It's on Sunday, May 28th, 1 week from today.
Bruh. So midnight on Saturday.
Yes, the start of Sunday.
The start of Sunday.
Yes.
Bruh, you know what? Fuck this. I'm skipping Rampage to just watch the pay-per-view, bro.
The countdown will give you extended YouTube clips anyway, because let's be honest, the biggest thing that goes to an AEW pay-per-view is always the countdown, and that's literally all you need to watch. All right,
Yes.
Let's just put it out there. But let's go ahead and slowly talk about this Rampage, because this was actually quick, simple, a good flow.
It felt like 30 minutes.
It did feel like 30 minutes, even though it was an hour apparently.
What the
In the early going, Blackpool Combat Club regathered themselves in trios action as John Moxley, Wheeler Yuta, and Claudio Castagnoli and Bryan Danielson at ringside took on the Best Amigos, Trent Beretta and Chuck Taylor, and Bandito. And we immediately go right into things. Again, as long as I hear good old JR's voice, I'm happy as a wrestling fan to even just listen to Rampage. Because sometimes I'm crazy and I got other stuff to do too. But anyway, John Moxley in the early going takes the advantage. Then Wheeler and Chuck briefly brawl on the outside before Chuck Taylor drills with Yuta with a knee strike. Taz and Beretta, who squares up with Moxley. Quick tag team in and out cohesion on both sides. Then Best Amigos and Bandito dive onto the entirety of Blackpool Combat Club at ringside after Trent Beretta suplexed John Moxley 3 times. Shout out to one, Tres Amigos. And Claudio Castagnoli, well, as always, he is the difference maker. He is the power. He drills Beretta with an uppercut in mid-air. Talk about a freaking collision. Jesus. And they regain the advantage from there. As Moxley comes back into play, Trent rallies back, though, with a DDT, snap DDT. Then Bandito and Castagnoli, I need this one-on-one, please. They tag in, and Bandito fires up with a fury of offense, but Claudio Castagnoli just blows it off. And they trade blows. Then Bandito goes for a suplex, but I was like, you're not suplexing him. Claudio Castagnoli then counters. Then Bandito catches a diving Yuta and double teams him with the Best Amigos. And the match continues to just break down to further chaos, as you expect, with trios action. From there, and all the violence in the world as they fight amongst each other in and out of the ring. But not before John Moxley finally isolated Chuck Taylor, hit the Death Rider, and with Yuta got the pinfall win. As Claudio Castagnoli made sure that Bandito and Trent were not involved in any capacity to break up the decision. Quick, simple, effective action as the Blackpool Combat Club shows that they are the force to be reckoned with, who can stop them, but the Elite are certainly going to try to at Double or Nothing.
I love me a good Death Rider, bro. That shit looks so fucking clean.
Yeah, it really does. Good grief.
But I'm happy they started calling it the fucking Death Rider. I hate it when they call it the Paradigm Shift, bro.
All because that one promo John Moxley did after AEW Double or Nothing 2019.
All because of that one fucking bro. It's called the Death Rider.
Yep.
It sounds better.
Now all he needs is that unscripted violence music or his NJPW theme.
Ah!
I'm just saying.
But I know I'm not the only one when I say this. I thought the Wild thing was a one-time thing.
Same.
Like I get it, it's over with the fans, they sing it, but it does not fit him no more. He's an asshole now.
Well, he's always been an asshole, to be fair.
I mean,
Moxley.
Mox just mocks, but
yeah, I mean, just put it out there.
But yo, I'm telling you, he needs to either bring back the unscripted violence, or this is my personal favorite, his New Japan theme.
Yeah, bar none.
Or just make a new theme, or just give him something fucking else.
I mean, Mikey Ruckus, he's staying busy. He got a new theme for Hikaru Shida, and I already approved it. He's made a new theme for Dark Order, so I'm sure
this man made a theme for a guy who only showed up once in AEW. Well, only showed up once and had one match left. Nick Gage. He made a theme for Nick Gage. This man has no fucking life. He not in a bad way. He has no life. He just want to make music, and I rocks with that.
Hey, he lives through his passion in creating music. So hey, good on him.
Yes, and I'm jealous of that. but like, but but like, this was a a trios match with three dickheads on one, and I would love to see Bandito and a Claudio go
Ring of
at it.
Honor World Championship match. Book it.
Yes, that shit would be fucking crazy.
Well, who knows? At least Bandito's back finally for all those visa issues and is being showcased. Speaking of showcasing, Kyle Fletcher has made his intentions be known. He wants the AEW National Championship, and he made it be known he will be in that Blackjack Battle Royal. So, ding! So we got two people, 19 to go. As we move on from there, we got not one, not two, but three matches for the TBI. Jay Cargill defeated Danny B in quick fashion for the TBS Championship defense, added to a winning streak. Then Mark Stan's like, well, get another challenger. Only 58. That's not enough. So then we get another challenger named Genesis, who basically was sent back to Genesis with that freaking one move that she did. It's like 59. Nah, that's not enough. We're just getting warmed up. The champion wants another challenger. Bring her out here. Be careful what you ask for, because La Huera Loca is back from suspension and has made her intentions well known, hitting the road to Valhalla on Jay Cargill, saying, "Who's the bitch now? I will see you at Double or Nothing." Literally, the name implies it's either 60-0 or finally 59-1. As it was made official, it's Jay Cargill versus La Huera Loca Taya Valkyrie, and the road to Valhalla is 100% legal for the TBS Championship.
Yo, so I low-key like that whole fucking segment. Like, one bitch got jobbed out. Then Mark's like, this is boring. Get another guy to come in. Then she got jobbed out. I was hoping that she'd get 3 wins at one time, because that would be the funniest shit I've ever seen. How the fuck?
The freaking hat trick in less than 5 minutes.
That would be hilarious. So like right after that third win, Taya come out and they just scram. But this wasn't a fucking match. This was a whole ass segment.
It really was.
It was a whole segment. Like, this wasn't even a match. This is some shit I see off of freaking My Rise or freaking career mode of a wrestling game. But like, I knew this was gonna happen. I knew this match was gonna be a Double or Nothing.
It has to be.
Wanna know why? Because they just remembered that Double or Nothing is next week.
Right.
They just remember, like, oh shit, fuck me. Right? This was the show that literally made matches for Double or Nothing. I can't wait to talk about this, because this was the fucking show that they just remembered Double or Nothing is Sunday. And they just like, oh fuck, bruh. Okay, y'all two, battle royal, 3-on-3 ladder match. But dude, we already had a ladder match. This is okay, fine. You got a second ladder match, and then they just scrambled all over the place. Like,
yeah, well, hey, we might finally see that bitch humbled before La Huera Loca, or it's just 60-0. We'll find out soon enough. All right, well, let's move on from there. The silliness continues to ensue as, yo, listen. The Acclaim and Daddy Ass took on the Varsity Athletes, Tony Nese, Josh Woods, and Ari Daivari. Immediately in the early going, Caster feints off of Woods, then Gunn tads himself in and squares up with Woods, but not before he drops him with a shoulder block. Then Nese tads in, and okay, so I get it. Future contest. We're going to have Billy Gunn versus Tony Nese in a flex-off, and insert ref name here. Who won the flex-off? You be the judge. But at the end of the day, Billy Gunn won the better of the exchange with a sidewalk slam. Then the Varsity Athletes, they gained up on Caster, keep him grounded. Caster, though, comes back, though, and Bowens, he makes the hot tag. The 5-tool athletes on fire, and literally he sets up, of course, Nese. Well, actually, Nese blasts Bowens with a kick straight to the face, but then Bowens fired back with one of his own, like on instinct, it seems. Next, we know the Acclaim, they set up the Arrival and the mic drop. Quick, simple win for the Tres de Mayo winners. And I feel like future challengers under open house rules for the Trios Championships. The Acclaim and Daddy Ass won.
This match has no right to have a commercial break. This match has no right to have picture in picture on like this match should have ended in 5 fucking minutes. Why this match?
It felt like that.
But why this match went to a commercial break, I have no fucking clue. But
Oh, Lord.
this was just some like a regular match, so I didn't really pay. I didn't, in all honesty, I did not pay too much attention to this match at all
Me neither.
because right because like what's there to talk about? Next segment, please, Noah.
About to say, what's there to talk about? The Acclaim eventually go to challenge for gold again, maybe with Daddy Ass this time. That's the way I see it. Meanwhile, as we move on from there, talking about stuff, we go to our latest edition of QTV, not TMC.
Yes,
QT
it is
Marshall,
TMZ. What the fuck you talking about? That's what TMZ.
non-copyright, all right? Non-copyright. QT Marshall says that he has signed up. Hey, there's more challenges for you. Ding, ding. And we got 4. QT Marshall and Aaron Solo are now part of the Blackjack Battle Royal, as Harley Cameron is just having all sorts of excitement she can.
What
Waiting,
about me?
can't wait to record this for QTV, get some great footage on her giant pink phone. And meanwhile, he also knows that Powerhouse Hobbs, he is bound for Collision, as he's on the poster for AEW Collision. And they tease that real story will begin after begins with the premiere of AEW Double or Nothing. I think they meant the premiere of actual Collision itself, because that's when Hobbs will, I'm sure, write the next chapter in the Book of Hobbs. But up to this point, I guess everything was a prologue. So, okay. But I guess I'm glad to see that Powerhouse Hobbs is not in this Battle Royale, because he already was involved in one. It was for tag gold. He lost on that. Do you really want to put the man in another Battle Royale and have him lose out on that? Kind of needs a reset. So, okay. And you got 2 more people now. So we're up to 4. 21 minus 4. 17 to go.
Okay. This is okay. I actually like QTV because it's just so fucking goofy and shit.
Yeah.
It's like this is definitely a fucking parody of TMZ, and I never liked it TMZ to begin with.
Me neither.
So like this is a really spot on parody, and I kind of want Powerhouse Hobbs to stray away from fucking QT Marshall and this nonsense, because Powerhouse Hobbs he's fucking great, yo. I'm mad that he lost the. Why did he lose the title to fucking Wardlow? Of all fucking people,
there's a vortex.
He should have had a longer reign.
I agree.
Like he should have like a Samoa Joe Ring of Honor Television Championship reign. Like he just go up against all challenges and still come out the victor with no nonsense. Like, bro, like this. I hope in Collision they put this man back where he belongs, which is probably not main eventer yet, but upper mid card, because he is so good.
Agree.
He breaks backs. He has a mean ass spine buster.
Yes.
This man, like, if I hope he turns on QT and then begins his real run as a single star.
I can definitely see that happening, because once you see the amount of star power you have, you kind of don't want anybody to take the spotlight from you. So QT might literally just be an accessory soon enough, an unnecessary one. I definitely could see that happening.
Probably like use this motherfucker, bro. Use QT to get yourself in title matches, title feuds, and then drop the fucker when you win the title.
I mean, he said fix this, so I guess once it's fixed, then yeah, I imagine he will.
Fix what?
I mean, the fact that he's no longer a champion.
They better fix this.
I mean, hey, Powerhouse was already threatening him, so there you go. Speaking of threatening, it seemed like the Hardys and Brother Zay, good grief, I'm not going to get used to that. They come in the ring, and they are confronted by Eagle, Ethan Page, after they talk about that they, after Double or Nothing, will, of course, be once again set back on track to pursue what they came after, and that is tag team championships. But now before Ethan Page came out here humbly and says that he is done with all this. And seriously, let's just hug it out. Let's just move on from this. And Isaiah, do you remember I was the guy that told you those women, they look pretty damn good when they weren't? Damn. Don't you remember we used to I was the one that told you to do that Monet, the thing that he does. And who told you to stick with that? It was me. It's like even fans just kind of remind him, I was there for you when no one else was, when you didn't have your brothers. So let's just hug it out, okay? Come on, let's just try and hug it out. And the brothers was having none of it. So even Page forced his will onto him. And yeah, who didn't see this damn coming? Ding, ding. Yes, boys, they came out and attacked the Hardys from behind with chairs, and then Cassidy gets laid out, but not before they have one last emphatic statement, trapping his larynx in a chair, stomping on it, saying, "You ain't never gonna Monet again. Hell, you may never wrestle again. But we'll see you guys at Double or Nothing." And thus was made official for the main card, as it will be. Brother Zay, who apparently is still physically capable to compete, and the Hardys taking on Ollie Govan Page and the Ass Boys. Where, if Team Hardy wins, Matt Hardy gets control of Ethan Page's contract.
What is with the slavery shit, bro? I swear to God.
And workers' rights, I have no idea.
So, like, this was the match I thought that was supposed to be a ladder match.
Nope. Normal.
Okay, so I guess I was thinking tripping then, which makes a lot more sense than I thought it would be. But
but it is the Hardys, to be fair, so I would have been surprised.
Yeah, that's the reason why I thought this was a ladder match, because the Hardys was in this match, and Jeff has to be perk Jeff Hardy at times, but
oh gosh,
but like this has to be a buy-in match, because I'm not watching this shit on the main show. I swear to God.
Yeah, but it's the Hardys. You know they're not going to be on the buy-in. It's the Hardys.
I know, but the circumstances that they in right now with this freaking trios match, please be. But hold up. Then again, what was the other fucking match? There was another match that I thought should be on the buy-in. Fucking.
Well, I'm sure when we run down the card, we'll basically add up. But yeah, ding, there's another match for you. Like I said, it was the pay-per-view building week. And wait, there's more, as we weren't done from there, because as we were going into our next segment, Chris Jericho decided to address something on commentary. Get a tap of Cole. Says that he is a coward who attacks a man like this when he can't even defend his own wife. You remember why. Adam Cole then appears on a video screen and says that, hey, Jericho, again, must be feeling real safe right now being back inside the building. But know this, every week going forward, I'm going to be here outside waiting for you and beat your ass, because I am going to make you hurt and make you pay for what you did. I'm going to make your life a living hell. But not before Chris Jericho said that you want to try and make my life a living hell. I'm going to embarrass you and hurt you. You see this? The legal negotiation is null and void, because now I challenge you for an unsanctioned match at AEW Double or Nothing, meaning that the stipulation burned Adam Cole from the building is null and void. And oh wow, Jericho, that was smart. Wait a minute, you just ripped up that paper, didn't you? Oh, so that means I can enter the building right now. Yeah. And as soon as we come back from break, we get the boom. We get Adam Cole literally running down the stairs past security, and they're teeing off on one another on the entranceway. Because again, in an unsanctioned match, there is no liability. There is no legal counsel. There is no legal anything that can come into play. You can be as remorseless, heartless, reckless as you wish to be. You basically go into this without a conscience. JR said it perfectly, and it was made official. And it will be Chris Jericho versus Adam Cole in an unsanctioned match, baby, as the two men were finally pulled apart by security and staff. Oh boy.
Another match.
Ding.
Which is, wait, so this is a no, fuck. This match has a stipulation, right? Like, there's no...
Unsanctioned means that anything goes, and whatever you do to each other, there can be no repercussions by any legal party.
Which makes sense, because why the fuck should we have repercussions when we try to kill each other?
Well, I mean, again, how far does a man go when it comes to defending the honor of his DMD? Baby?
Oh, well, I could tell you now. You can do what the fuck you want.
And now he can legally.
Yeah. Legally, he can. He could just literally kill
Because
this man.
Chris Jericho threw out the challenge,
Yeah,
and it will be made official soon enough.
But
anyway, go ahead.
But like this was expected because
well, I mean, the match was expected. The stipulation, though, not so much. I mean, it's not lights out, but it's still a bit extreme to say the least.
Man, I remember one. Oh, I believe this was a unsanctioned match that, to me, is the best one I've ever seen in my fucking life.
You would be talking about Adam Cole, baby, versus Kyle O'Reilly.
No. Kenny Omega versus Jon Moxley.
I thought we were talking about Adam Cole in particular. Yeah, again, I still go back. And again, unsanctioned versus lights out. I do think there is. Who am I kidding? Yeah, there's no statute of limitations. One just has the lights go out and come back on. I imagine, yeah, it's not lights out, so maybe they can't say lights out anymore. But yeah, I imagine they're both basically the same thing. So
yeah,
I mean,
it's the same thing.
Yeah, so yeah, and again, what Kenny Omega and Jon Moxley do to each other during that match, I still remember the crawl through the broken glass. Jesus Christ!
Remember the fucking trampoline spider web?
Barbed wire trampoline, as we like to call it, or barbed wire bed, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. Good Lord Almighty. So whatever these two yahoos are going to do with each other, considering Chris Jericho's unmitigated nature to cause physical harm to his opponent and to himself, and Adam Cole's resourcefulness and the extremes that he will go to put others through, and also himself. So again, this is going to be crazy.
Most definitely. And this pay-per-view it's going to be good, but I'm scared how long these matches, well, in my opinion, filler matches is going to be.
I agree. Considering, as of right now, officially, you have 9 matches booked for the AEW WWF pay-per-view. I believe the same number of matches for Revolution, which was, believe it or not, under 4 hours, but also one of those matches was literally a whole damn hour and 3 minutes.
Yeah.
But speaking of, yeah, again, crazy shit, right? Let's go ahead and run down the crazy shit that we have literally this week, because, folks, it's AEW Gold Double Nothing. You know what that means. They're putting out all the stops and all the shenanigans possible. All hands on deck, all talents on deck, and the Wednesday probably have one more match is made because, believe it or not, they haven't announced anything officially for the buy-in. But this Wednesday, AEW Dynamite, Chris Jericho and Adam Cole will make their unsanctioned match official with a contract signing. Fresh Screen George Cassidy will defend the AEW National Championship against Kyle Frederick. We will see Elvira Logan, Tyler Valkyrie back in in-ring action against Lady Frost. The House of Black continue their run as Trios champions defending the gold under open house rules against the trio of Ring of Honor represent AR Fox, Blake Christian, and Metalik. All 4 pillars will be in the building and heard from one last time before their main event at AEW Double or Nothing. We will also hear from Absolute Breaker Starks regarding his, actions against Switchblade Jay White and Juice Robinson and where things may go from here. We will also learn the very first location for the AEW Collision on TNT Premiere. And the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships will be defended as Rey Fenix and Petra Ciampa defend against Blackpool Combat Club's Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta. And as I alluded to, the AEW Double or Nothing pay-per-view is shaping out, and we have 9 matches officially booked, even if one has a contract signing. As announced, we have the Blackjack Battle Royale. The International Championship will be on the line, whether it's Kyle Fletcher or Orange Cassidy defending. 21 men will be involved here to become the champion. The Elite face Blackpool Combat Club and Anarchy in the Arena. Jamie Hayter defends the AEW Women's World Championship against Toni Storm. Wardlow defends the TNT Championship against Christian Cage in a ladder match. FTR defend the AEW Tag Team Championships against Jay Lee and Jeff Jarrett, where Mark Briscoe will be the special guest referee. And of course, as we alluded to, what has been now added, it will be Chris Jericho versus Adam Cole in an unsanctioned match. The TBS Championship will be on the line as Lavera Logan Tyler Valkyrie looks to truly go Double or Nothing against Jade Cargill. In 6-man tag team match, it will be the Hardys and Brother Zay taking on Eagle, Ethan Page, and the Ash Boys, where if Team Hardy wins, Matt Hardy gets control of Ethan Page's contract. And of course, in the main event is MJF defend the AEW World Championship against Darby Allin, Jungle Boy Jeff Perry, Sammy Guevara in a Pillars Fatal 4-Way match.
This card, something else, bro.
No kidding.
This card is absolutely fucking crazy. The only match that has to be in the fucking buy-in.
You hope.
Has to, yes, I hope, it's the trios match. Ethan Page and the Guns against Saya, Cassidy, and Hardy's. But if it's not okay, I guess. But looking back on this card, this shit looks so fucking. We got like hold up, one, two,
It's a lot.
yeah, no, but like I'm counting the no DQ style matches.
Yeah, the stipulation madness.
Yes, stipulation matches. Wow. But this
Yeah.
is going to be pretty, fucking fun. Hopefully, and
I think it will be. Again, with AEW pay-per-views, there's a reason why they're only quarterly, thankfully. And
yes,
usually the end justifies the means when it comes to the quantity versus the quality. Sometimes it might be too much quantity, but there's still a good balance of quality when you consider what they're booking in storytelling and wrestling. So I
yeah,
think overall this is going to be a very fun fifth inauguration of the pay-per-view that started off for the very brand too. And again, they're making history as it will be for the first time ever all organically grown, homegrown AEW talent in the main event.
it was going to happen eventually
It
because
had to.
yeah,
But again, this is the first time. You only get one chance to make a good first impression. So good luck to all four men. But
man,
before we get there, we still have other business to take care of as we have Bishop, Prince Nana taking on Dustin Rhodes, who decided to go in on his own, despite the fact Prince Nana and Swerve were obviously in the corner. And Bishop Khan wasted no damn time, bust in, texts his own Dustin Rhodes immediately. Good grief almighty, and just continuing the onslaught. But the passion of this guy that keeps stepping keeps him going as he comes back with a code red for a 2 count. And Prince Nana a little bit concerned there after another 2 count off of a pile driver, but not before Bishop Khan catches Dustin Rhodes with a shotgun drop kick. And before Bishop Khan could put him away, Dustin Rhodes was able to counter back and hit the final reckoning for the win, which surprises me. Dustin Rhodes got the win here, but at what cost? Because again, are you the victor when it comes to how you stand in the end? Because he wasn't standing. Because then the entire Mughal embassy came down and basically ushered out their form of punishment. And this is always being spearheaded by the guy that's leading the entire thing, one Shane Swerve Strickland. In comes out the limitless one, Keith Lee. Swerve's face tells the whole story as he takes out part of the Mughal embassy on the entranceway, and he and Swerve go face to face. That subtle smile, you knew he had a plan. And so it came to be. After a stiff chair shot to the back, he perches Keith Lee, gives him a seat, and then Swerve stomps the man in the chest without cinder blocks this time, but still caves him in, collapsing all of his weight on top of him as Naturally Limitless basically stood in a bloody, battered, beaten up, broken down mess before the Mughal embassy in their entirety. So I got one thing to say about this. If they don't book Keith Lee versus James vs. Strickland as a match on its own to finish out on Rampage, wasted opportunity. This is far more than a buy-in, considering what these two are capable of, and we need to finish their story. But it wouldn't surprise me if they do book a buy-in match of Naturally Limitless versus maybe Gates of Agony or
we need a
Brian
singles
Cage
match.
and Bishop Khan. But they need to book Keith Lee and Swerve in a big moment and a big stage sooner rather than later. Weird ending.
Like, no seriousness, bro. Like this, I thought this fucking feud ended,
Right?
Like I thought this feud like ended a long time, but I guess not. But I think all it needs now is a fucking This needs a singles match, either at the Double or Nothing show or Rampage or Dynamite or maybe Collision for the very first episode of a Collision.
Yeah,
Just
you
to
are,
blow
you
it
are
off.
going to need a big main event. So, I mean, that's definitely one that. But again, can you push it out that far? Again, June 17th.
But one thing I was like hoping that happens. Well, before I go further,
Right.
Dustin Rhodes, I want him to have at least a honorable last run. So maybe
Agree.
have him win a singles gold and then retire. or something, because this man, you could see him adapting to the times. Because I did saw him doing a panel with Abaddon, where he's so like he likes the classic style,
Yes.
which is pretty cool because he does do it, but he also adapts to the modern times, which is fucking cool. And I just want him to have one last hurrah before he retires, because he is a really good guy. He's really cool.
It really
And
is.
yeah, and I hope he still stick around in AEW. Because if he doesn't, I'm gonna be kind of sad. Because we need a guy like him in the business, some way, some form, either as a wrestler or as a manager. But yeah, this main event was a main event. I was expecting Dustin to win,
Right.
but he did, which is good.
Yeah, I mean,
But
I'm not against it. I mean, again,
yeah,
the natural at Texas. I mean, Texas' own. I mean, again, the passion of this man shows that again, you can't count him out ever.
yeah, especially his blood match with Cody.
Right, I still go back and rewatch that, and that match still holds up to this day. It's going to hold up for this industry with
That
the
is
battle
a
of those two brothers.
classic style match right there.
Generation versus generation.
Yes.
But yeah, as again, we look at the generation rising in AEW with so much young homegrown talent being taken center stage to Double or Nothing this year with a 9-match card, no buy-in announced, and I'm pretty sure they also are going to talk about the Owen in some capacity there too, because I thought they said the open ceremonies will be at Double or Nothing, meaning we might get our brackets, but that remains to be seen. And then, of course, next week we have all that with the Go Home Dynamite and the alleged first premiere location for Collision. It's going to be a fun week, to say the least. Once again, AEW is going to keep us going all week long. And it all starts Wednesday because Dark Elevation no longer a thing. Meh. But again, I'm looking forward to all of it. And as far as this card goes, looking at this card versus last year's card, I think there is promise with it. I mean, you got I guess the only thing that really you don't have here is a mixed 6-tag. But again, Paige Van Zandt and Ty Conti, they carry that match for me because everyone just wanted to see what Paige Van Zandt was capable of. And as far as the rest of the stuff, yeah, everything else is a championship or a grudge.
Yeah.
Literally.
You like it?
Yeah, I'd like it because it's not like, just a random TV match. Okay, here's something for you. Click.
Yeah, matches.
Oh, well, cool.
Oh, hey, Poppy.
But so, with that being said, that concludes that week in AEW as AEW Go Home with Double or Nothing is upon us and begins this Wednesday. And we will definitely be back here to reconvene with all of you some point once we all get our voices back after AEW Double or Nothing concludes. But that being said, I really don't have much more to say at this point. So, again, I don't know if somehow, some way we're going to do during this week of Professional Wrestling Madness 2 AEW Double or Nothing preview, but stay tuned. That being said, I believe now we have some promotional material for you before we bid you all a fine adieu.
We sure do, and then you guys can plug the stuff upcoming on your channels right after.
It's out of my hands.
Scan the QR codes to see what's upcoming for FTW Productions and what's available on demand right now. Button Master Stable Wars entire playlist. AEW Revolution Go Home Week, Dynamite and Rampage watch parties. Mistress Audio dramatic readings featuring voice actors from Weymouth Youth Wrestling. All Retro Wrestling Review Series videos on demand and upcoming. All WrestleMania themed retros available now on demand. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order Let's Play Series. WrestleMania 19 Revenge Mode Let's Play Series. All of A Simple Man's Brand Simply Predicting panels. Both episodes of The Don DeMarco Show. AEW Spark, WWE Aftershock, every show week by week. Indie Force Episode 26, available now on demand. Jeff Meacham Network, Backlash and Rebellion Watch-Along events. FTW Productions Watch Party for WrestleMania Go Home Raw. A Simple Take, WWE Simple Takes featuring Cassidy 18 Studios. Super Mario Bros. Z voice acting. Episode 3 coming soon. Breaking news. ATW View Impromptu. WYW Intro and Immortal Stream. Wrestling with Idiocy Episode 7. Our favorite WrestleMania matches. Plugs have concluded. On to the video.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, across the entire FTW Productions fan base and viewership. That is all a lot of fun, wholesome content you can expect right here at FTW Productions, giving you all we can for the win. And again, I hope you all continue to enjoy everything that we bring you, as our creativity and passion for all this content we'd like to bring forward to you is not going to let up anytime soon. And Zero, again, it's always a pleasure chatting with you about all things AEW, but anything you want to plug and promote, where can people find you?
Okay,
That sounds about right.
Okay, so I got a few things in works. I still need to work on the script for one of my matches that is going to be on color TV, which is J.K. Miller taking on against Mother. But as for what's coming up soon, other than me continuing the fucking G1 style tournament for my Joshi League, and I have the points right here for day 5 and 6. Day 5, Group A, Rain J is in the league some fucking how with 8 points. Nova the Tora got 6 points. Kali Strongheart 6 points. Pesky Eclipse 3. R Star 3, and Annabelle Shimmer a fucking donut. Then for Group 6, Day 6, Group B, Tawari Bakiho got 9. Loretta Collins 6. Miss Quake 6. Kokano June, the chairwoman, 3. Yuki Kondo 3, and Bethany Rails a fat donut. So those are the points for the current standings. We got 4 more days till we get to the finals. And for PW side, Warhead is going to be. I'm about to start a program probably this week, because Warhead is going to be an important event on PW, because the main event is going to dictate if PW stays strong or will Reborn take over the company. So yeah, and for Frontline, the special match is up on the YouTube. Is Wrestlers with Class taking on against Tasmania in Twin Cities, and the return episode probably either this week or next week. But yeah, thank you 2K23 for making my life a living hell and blessing due to the community creations, but also making me want to recreate all my characters from 2K19. I feel like I should have stayed in 2K19, but that's my shit. And yeah, but yeah, that's all what's coming. Oh, if y'all seen Tony Zero channel, we did a Zero reaction featuring the guys from WYW, also known as Michael X, and I believe his name is Luke. I believe, but yeah, we was watching 5 matches, most of them just puro, of course, because they are pure, and it was 3 hours long. Well, the whole video, it was fucking fun. We might do that again, and hopefully some of y'all could join in just to watch some random matches. Hopefully, and for once, I wasn't copyrighted, especially
Hey,
since I
nice.
showed, the matches, but I did have a big ass fucking a big ass X on the screen, so to make sure. But yeah, it was fun, and that's all what's coming up. Hopefully, I still be alive by then, and posting some more shit.
Hey, do what you can, man. That's all I gotta say. Just always take care of yourself and don't burn yourself out, bruv. And keep having fun. And again, appreciate your enthusiasm, your takes, and everything you bring forward to the platform too. And again, not only just to him, I thank all of you. And if you want to know more about me, know this: for I am just a simple man and a lifelong fan of professional wrestling. Damn it! But
And
I
just know
digress. So find me on the Twitter and the YouTube at Imposter1916 for all things wrestling. Shout out, of course, to the entire AEW family on the Twitter, along with other social media platforms. And this week's going to be a busy week for me. Stay tuned as I'll be with the multiverse of media under the Jeff Meacham Network alongside James Hebert and JJ and Jeff potentially as we give our own reactions, takes, and I'll, of course, give you the commentary for tonight's NJPW pay-per-view, Resurgence, headlined by Crying, the first ever NJPW Strong Women's Openweight Champion, as well as Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Will Ospreay, who takes one step closer to challenging Kenny Omega at Forbidden Door for the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship at Forbidden Door. But of course, they have to take on Lance Archer first at Dominion, along with so much more. And then the week continues on from there with so much wrestling. It's simply predicting the foundation of my simple brand. And there will be 4, count them, 4 City Predicting panels this week. Stay tuned as they will all be live. Wednesday, May 24th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will give you, of course, a sleep predicting panel of NXT Battleground because gotta give NXT some sort of support because there is some very good kidable talent that is there. I just wish them the best under the booking. Of course, also following that Thursday, May 25th, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, stay tuned for Night of Champions Simply Predicting, where I know at least JJ will be also a part of that, I believe. And then Friday, of course, you'll have the Impactful Duo, and you'll have others too as we do Sleep Predicting for Impact Wrestling Under Siege. Friday, May 26th, 5:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it all culminates with, and apparently Zero said he will be there, all culminates with the biggest show of the entire professional wrestling week. Let's fucking go. AEW Double or Nothing. And that Super Predicting panel will be Saturday, May 25th, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And each of these shows at bell time will have live watch-along events across the Jeff Meacham Multiverse Media, brought to you, of course, by the Jeff Meacham Network, with me as your play-to-play guy. James, of course, will be part of Impact and Double or Nothing, while JJ will be part of WWE, and maybe we'll do exclusively for his member side, NXT. There will also be another AEW impromptu later on this week for my simple YouTube channel that will be up, pre-recorded, as we talk about the last month in all things wrestling, and maybe what we think, who should be a winner or first ballot candidate for the Owen. And then we'll probably have a post-AEW view review series on Double or Nothing as well as an Owen bracketology if it's revealed. There will also be, of course, simple takes on both AEW Double or Nothing and Night Champions in collaboration with J. Heberside 95 and Cassidy 18 Studios. So stay tuned for more on those. And that's just some of the solo content coming up in the next 7 days of professional wrestling madness. We are all about to ensue too, particularly me from a fan's perspective too. But as always, let it conclude, there are no winners, no losers, no betters. Just fans with opinions for this passion we all share. At the end of the day, folks, support one another, respect each other, protect your mentality too, treasure your families, and just enjoy life and enjoy professional wrestling. It's as simple as that. But with that being said, thank you so much once again for tuning in to another edition of AEW Spark. Please like, subscribe, comment, and tell a friend. Hit the bell and those video goes live on demand on any of the channels here under FTW Productions and collaborative partners. Hit the subscribe button. Let's keep growing these YouTube communities together. I assure you our creative content and passion is not letting up anytime soon. So for Zero, for James, for anybody that's a fan of AEW, I thank you once again for tuning in to the latest edition of AEW Spark. We will see you afterwards when we once again plug back in to a whole nother loaded discussion on all things All Elite Wrestling regarding the results of Double or Nothing. So until then, make a positive impact in life and have a good night, for we are AEW.
Podcast has concluded. Be sure to check out more group discussion as far as AEW content is concerned, and check out more content from For the Win Productions.